Hey everyone, Kaiser Soze, the Giggle Pigs. It is December 30th. We're not going to be doing another war until the new year, so I thought I would just make a quick video. There was a couple of just interesting or slightly different attacks here. So Cesspool for us always comes through. He's an amazing attacker and always does a great job. But in this particular war, his attack on number 3. Alright, so on this base, I'll just hit pause for a second. So on this one, Infernos are set to single. You can see the air defense is all lined up along one side. It makes it really ripe for air attacks, especially considering that all of the Expos are set to ground. Easy access to 2 outer air defenses, but he's got ground troops lined up. A little bit of air support with a few loons kind of thing. But if we just take a peek at what he is doing, first he just drops a couple of hogs to be able to pop the CC. Queen gets dropped with some healers to be able to take care of that CC when she pulls it over. At the same time, she's trimming off an area which is going to start to create part of the funnel for where he wants to be able to come in. So poison's dropped, making sure that that CC goes down. Queen takes care of it without any issue whatsoever. Doesn't have to use a poison or a rage spell or her ability at that point. Pops her ability now. I'm just pausing. So he used a baby drag to set part of the funnel, and you can see the first jump spell goes down, and the jump spell opens up the compartment with the Inferno Tower, the Archer Tower, and the Elixir storage at the end. And by doing so, you can see that he's able to keep all of those bowlers together. A quick rage is dropped to be able to speed it through the first Inferno Tower. It is set to single, so it rips through things quickly, but when you have 17 bowlers drop naturally, there's no way that a single Inferno is going to be able to do it, so he was able to take care of that without a freeze. The next jump goes to continue the push. You can see that the Queen here, after creating one half of the funnel, has started to roll towards the town hall side, which is perfect, and that's what he would have wanted to make sure that the king is taken care of and to keep all of those bowlers together. So that next jump goes down, opening up all of the end compartments that may be necessary. As soon as they begin that push, another rage is dropped. He pops the Grand Warden ability, uses the rage to be able to take care of both of those Infernos without worrying about a freeze spell. Now, if we pause it here, we can see all spells are used. All the abilities for his royals are also used. He's got 4 loons in the bag. Everything else is on the table. But you can see here, the base has been completely devastated. There is no chance that there's enough defenses already to be able to keep up with the onslaught that is here and about to happen. So many bowlers. There's still giants out in front. They've been able to make it all the way through those giant bombs. He's got his heroes still at the top here rolling through. There's only a mortar up there to be able to deal with it, which has no chance. And he drops the back end loons to help take care of the remaining defenses up at the end. So naturally, it's a strong Town Hall 11 up against the Town Hall 10. But you can see from the number of troops that he's got left just how impressive and strong that attack was. So 3 jumps, 2 rages, not taking any freeze for the Inferno Towers. A bit of an unusual spell composition kind of thing, but it clearly just crushed that base and worked so well. There was something else that I wanted to point out. I'll just go to... So this is an example for Queen Walks, just for people, whether or not they're at Town Hall 9 starting out Queen Walks. There's just been a few times that I've seen Queen Walks either performed on bases, on our own bases by the enemy, or us performing a Queen Walk to some extent, and it's just a touch base. If you want to know whether or not your Queen can get to the defense or the air defense when she's popping, you're looking for no space. So we can see here, if you're to Queen Walk down this wall, aside from worrying about other defenses being in line, you're going to have to break in. The Queen's going to have to be inside this compartment to take out that air defense. Otherwise, she's just going to walk past, and the air defense is going to start taking out the healers that are on the Queen Walk. Once she breaks in, though, naturally in this compartment, she can deal with it head on. And that's from this side or this side. And you know that because there's a space between the buildings and the air defense. Now, if we were to move over here, we can see this one. There's no space. We've got the tiles. So if we were to count the tiles, we've got the wall, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. So the air defense starts on 5, and the queen's target range is between 5 and 6. So if we say from this wall 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see 6, that's right between these things. So the queen will target if you were to queen walk along this wall. And again, so we've got, what defenses are going to be in range. That's 1 for sure, that's 2, that's 3. So that's the most that she's going to be able to take, a strong queen. You might have to use her ability, a rage, and all that other stuff, especially if you end up with a Tesla popping up. But going in, if you put healers on her, she's going to be able to target that air defense without having to break into this wall. So that's just something to be able to know when you're trying to plan where to attack a base, or if you're going to be able to use a queen walk and you're wondering, on this side the space is much too big, no chance, and even here there's just no chance. We've got 1 for the wall, 2, 3, 4. There's that 5 tile space, and this starts at 6, and because it starts on this wall, so it's not the lava wall here at 11, it's the 10th wall for the edge of the air defense. She won't target 6 out. It's between 5 and 6 is what she's going to target. So if you want to queen walk this side, you have to use wall breakers. On this particular base, if you want to attack on this side, you don't need to use wall breakers, knowing that you can get that air defense. Now, you might want to do a queen charge and break in at that point, all that other stuff. It's purely just to touch base really quickly to be able to point out that you don't have to break her in. She will take care of that air defense, and she'll do it from such a position, as long as you put your healers behind the queen and away from that air defense directly, and there's no sweeper blowing them, the air defense will not take out the healers prior to her being able to get in and taking that air defense out. All right, so back to the war map. The other attack that I wanted to show here really quickly, Hour 9 has been working on loons. So he's just been adding some loons. So effectively, just to give you a bit of a breakdown of what's happening here, there's a queen walk, and then he's using the queen walk not only to take care of the enemy archer queen, the enemy clan castle, but also really trying for 2 air defenses. So this base here is not a good base. It's a Town Hall 10, but the air defenses are weak. So as we run it here, a queen goes in, a baby drag helps just with part of the funnel. You can see because of the army camps and all that stuff, once a few are done, she's just going to start going in. So he uses some wall breakers once the queen's distracted by that, or once the wizard tower is distracted by the queen. Get some wall breakers to be able to go in, and the queen starts pushing. The baby drag completes the funnel to make sure that the queen starts continuing on the path to go into the base. The baby drag does a great job of cleaning up all the extra trash. So now the king goes in. And the king's going to target on the enemy queen. Poisons go down for the clan castle when it's popped. He rages the king. The king's job is just to take out the enemy queen. So that goes down, and we can see at this particular point, the poison, the clan castles are being taken care of. There's this air defense that he's interested in, and this one as well. How many lavas does he have? He's got 2 + 1 in the clan castle. If both air defenses go down, you always basically are looking for 1 extra lava. So once those air defenses go down, he's looking for having 3 lavas up against 2 air defenses, and that's a lot of tanking. So the queen pops through the storages, clan castle gets finished, the drag goes down. He's working on the first air defense. Some of the trash is getting cleaned up. But at this point, the queen starts pounding through the wall, and just because it's in the middle, this air defense is left on the end. But because the lavas and the strength of the loons and the air attacks, he's begun that phase of the attack. Either the queen can roll through in that direction or she won't. So when you're dropping loons along with lavas, you want to do it in a rotating manner, meaning you want to go clockwise or counterclockwise. So right now, he has dropped the clan castle, which is just over by this wall, and another lava, and they want to come in from different directions to sweep through as many of the seeking air mines and air traps as you possibly can. And you can see while that's tanking that air defense, now the loons are dropped. And effectively, you want to be putting in 3 loons, and you want to pay particular attention to air targeting defenses. So you can get away with only putting a couple of loons onto a cannon easily. Sometimes you want to ignore it and just worry about the loons getting there later. But if it's an air targeting defense, the Archer Tower, the Teslas, you want to put a few more. The other thing to pay attention to are the Wizard Towers, because they can rip through an entire pack of balloons. So you might want to drop a single loon from one direction to distract that Wizard Tower while putting in a few extra loons from a different direction to be able to come and take it out. He's put down haste spells to be able to power through and get those loons up towards those air targeting defenses. The first lava pops. Having your lavas pop is a good thing. So now you can see that lava pops, or the second lava that is still alive starts rotating, and this is counterclockwise now. Up to the next air defense, another loon or lava is dropped in to be able to support it. A couple of loons here onto this air defense. He uses a rage to make sure that those loons get through that one Archer Tower quickly, knowing that the next target is going to be the air defense. And there's the lava over at the last air defense. The loons get a rage on top to take care of all of the rest of the defenses. We can just pause here. We've got some little pups working on cleanup on the opposite side from where all of the damaging loons and the Archer Queen are. And then up top, we only have the cannon that's left with a bomb tower underneath. It goes off, and naturally, a cannon and a bomb tower won't do anything to loons. So he's got enough loons for the cleanup here. Completely overpowers this base. There was no question whatsoever that it was going to be a 3-star. And that's a pretty simple way of adding some loons to your attack, depending upon where the air defenses are and where you can get your queen in. So using a queen walk, targeting at least 1 air defense, hoping for 2, rotating the loons in around with some lava hounds after the queen does her job. You just want to make sure that you get those air defenses, you get the Archer Queen, and you're able to take care of the clan castle. You never know what's in the clan castle. If it's a lava hound or something else, it's not going to impact your air attack unless it pops. But that was a good attack, and he's been working on it in friendly challenges, so it's something that everybody else can try over the next little bit as well. All right. Happy New Year, everyone. We're going to be having a war. January 1st, I think, is when it's going to start up, although it may be New Year's Eve when the war search begins. All right. Happy New Year, Giggle Pigs. We'll talk later. More to follow.